All right, welcome to the RBV25 Show. Well, I'm back, folks. Finally getting over my cold. I could have done a show last week, but that probably would have been too good because I actually was pretty useless and, useless talking. It wasn't really going to work out. It would have been hacking up a lung and it wouldn't have been great. All right, the lock of the week. My friend, the week that I missed, I was 0 for 3. Fucking Utah State couldn't pull it off. USC didn't cover, and those damn Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. Why can't you just get in the damn end zone like you should have, you moron? So the lock of the week was 0 for 3, and we were 8 and 4. But this week, it all worked out. You know, Oregon State pulled it off, which was thumbs up, and the Lions crushed the Panthers. The people love it. Rob V made money for the people, and that's what it's all about. So the lock of the week record is 10 and 4 right now. We're doing well, and the people love it. And the people who don't like it, well, you know what? They can go fuck themselves for all I care. I know not about those people who don't like it. You guys aren't on my Christmas card list. I'll tell you that right now. All right, let's go to dope of the day. All right. So in my absence, obviously, I wanted to do this earlier, but we're gonna do this now. Kurt Schilling, obviously, is dope of the day for wonk of the week, whatever, moron of the month, whatever you want to call it. What he did to Tim Wakefield, outing his cancer diagnosis, is nothing more than despicable. I literally don't understand, even if you had the information, why you would broadcast that on a podcast. There's absolutely no fucking reason for anyone to fucking give that information up. It's personal, it's private. They're going through their own personal battle. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. I know, the whole thing of, oh, well, it's Kurt Schilling, like, what do you expect? No, you literally crossed the line in the sand there of what type of person that you are. Kurt, I haven't looked at Kurt in the same way for a lot of reasons after the Red Sox, after he, helped propel the Red Sox to a championship. But, speaking personally about the issue, I've had relatives who have, sadly passed from cancer. When you're told something in complete confidentiality, you need to, you need to respect that. You need to shut your mouth. You need to follow the code of silence, unless they tell you that, they tell you that you're able to share the information. It's an absolute fucking joke. Kurt, even had someone whose wife who went through cancer herself. I believe Shauna went through melanoma or whatnot. I really don't understand the thing. You're dope of the day, wonk of the week, moron of the month, yodel of the year. I don't know, man. You went from a fucking Boston folk hero to someone who never would have to buy a drink or a meal in this town in Boston to a fucking grade A moron in 19 years, basically. It's a sad situation. I don't know. Enjoy your award, Kurt. Thanks for 2004, but that's probably about it. All right. Now we're moving on, folks, to letters to Robbie V. All right. Dear Robbie V, this is Charlie from the Kowloon. Why didn't your debit card work? Can you operate a freaking ATM machine? I have to say, Robbie V, this is pretty suspect behavior. I mean, what do you have to say for your actions? Well, first of all, that's, Charlie, that's fucking bullshit. Of course I can operate a freaking debit card. I mean, excuse me, an ATM. Of course I can operate it. I mean, I've operated ATMs all my life. The ATM at the Kowloon was grade A fucking dope bullshit. I mean, the fact that it didn't work for my debit card, that's the ATM place's problem, not mine. I don't know. Maybe they wanted me to have a $500 limit on, take out $500 so I can go play, $500 worth of scratches in Keno like that Saugus cop who was working there. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, why didn't my debit card work? I have no damn idea why my debit card didn't work. I mean, I probably will get a new one. I mean, I did make good though. I properly paid all parties of my debt for the night, and it was Venmo, and they had a good lunch. I don't know. I don't appreciate the slander. I mean, as for being suspect for behavior, I mean, I paid back the people I owed money to the next day. I mean, there's witnesses and there's receipts. So Charlie, I don't know what the hell your problem is. And Maybe get a better ATM machine. And what do I have to say for my actions? I acted like a good patron at the Kowloon. I had some cocktails. I had some chicken fingers. I had some rice. You know, I had a lock. I made the lock of the week. I had a good time. And I made it home safely. So I don't know. I did the best I could. I was a good party patron. Was I MVP that night? Probably not. Oh. All right. Dear Robbie V, this is Donnie from Weymouth. Hi, Donnie. Where are you from in Weymouth? I'm wondering why we had a flipping hailstorm in Weymouth at like 2 p.m. yesterday. My beautiful Pinto got all busted up, and now I have to get it repainted. What happened? I don't know what the fuck happened, Donnie. I mean, yes, Weymouth had a hailstorm at 2 o'clock yesterday. I mean, it's freaking ridiculous. It's October. We shouldn't be having hailstorms. I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry that your beautiful Pinto got all busted up. Please send my condolences. Go to the goddamn, the auto body shop, get it repainted like any normal person would. That's what happened. As I said, I mean, it's a pop up storm. It happens, Donnie. Get it together. All right. A quick note on the Bruins. Honestly, I mean, they're going to make the playoffs this year. I'm not expecting a fast start for them this season. I think, unfortunately, they're probably going to have a first round exit hangover from the last year. And I think the team's going to take a little bit to find its way after losing Patrice and Krejci. Honestly, it could take a while. I mean, hopefully, hopefully the Bruins can get out to a fast start, but to get over last year, it's gonna take a while. And currently, just for the viewers, it's 1-1 in Chicago. 1-1 tied up in the second period. All right. Of course, the game's gonna be over before this airs. But what are you gonna do? College football thoughts. First off, it's Georgia and Michigan. It's everybody else at this point. Georgia might not have been playing their best football right now, and that should scare everyone because they keep winning. Michigan's playing great. JJ McCarthy's playing unbelievable, and they've been a cover machine the past couple of weeks. Ohio State, they've been playing well. They're undefeated. I don't know though. I don't know if they have the offense to keep up with Michigan and Georgia though. I don't foresee them, in the championship game. I will say this though: the Ohio State Michigan battles at the Big House this year is going to be one of the most anticipated games in a while. Probably since the 2006 matchup. I mean, you could possibly have the 2 versus 3, or if Georgia loses, 1 versus 2, like it was in 2006. Other football thoughts. BC almost lost to Army. I know it was bad weather, but it was just a sad moment for the program. I'm not really sure where they go from here and whatnot, but it's a really good. It's been a really fun college football season this year, and we'll hope to keep going. All right, college football picks on the lock of the week. All right, Louisville versus Pittsburgh, -7.5. Take Louisville on the road. Pittsburgh's an absolute fucking mess right now. They're not playing well. They're not playing hard. Their offense is terrible. They're just in disarray. For all those who are not following Pittsburgh, their quarterback situation is beyond ridiculous. Phil Dracovic was their starter, as it's been chronicled before on the show. He got benched, and then midweek last week, he said he was, the team said he was going to be a tight end from now on. Well, I think it was like this past Monday or Tuesday. Now all of a sudden he's not a tight end anymore. He's the backup quarterback. I mean, the fucking team's lost. There's no reason to back Pittsburgh right now. The Cardinals are going to be riding high after the win against Notre Dame. Look, they have a great offense. They have great receivers, and they're going to get the job done in Pittsburgh. I don't really think the home field advantage is going to be that much. I think Louisville takes this running away. It's really just that simple. Too much talent for, the Panthers, and Pittsburgh's a mess. The second game is Florida State versus Syracuse, -17.5 Florida State. I think everyone knows that you got to take the Florida State in this. The talent disparity between these two teams is pretty big. And obviously with Florida State at home is just a different team. They're the classic team where once they get going, it's very hard to stop them. Jordan Travis, Syracuse might hang with them for the first half. But Jordan Travis is going to eventually have a great day against Syracuse. And then Syracuse isn't obviously, they were able to run the ball in the first couple games that they played, but they're not going to be able to run the ball against Florida State defensive line. They're just too fucking good, and that's not going to work. Look, you take the Knowles; they have an explosive offense and a good enough defense. And 17.5, especially in Tallahassee, is not going to be that. It's not going to be too much. Florida State's going to win this running away. They have all the reason to play hard right now. They're in the thick of the national championship race, and they're trying to make some hay. It's that simple. All right, so our next game is Duke versus NC State. Duke is going to win this game going away. First off, NC State's not that good. Like, I don't know any other way to fucking say this. They're really not that good. I mean, for God's sakes, they barely beat Virginia. They needed like a last-second field goal. I mean, they even missed the fucking first field goal, and then, Virginia got some stupid penalty for like pushing for. I think it was like leaping or something on the field goal, and then NC State won. And congratulations to them. They beat Virginia. I mean, BC if you beat Virginia, for God's sakes, it's really not that big of an accomplishment. NC State's quarterback isn't that good, to be honest with you. And Duke, they have enough offensive firepower to put up some points against the NC State D. And look, Duke's played great at home this year. I mean, look what they did to Clemson. And I know, that might not look so hot, especially after, the way Clemson's played, but it does mean something. And, to be honest with you, there's no reason to think that Duke playing at home is going to stop. They have a great running game, and they'll take it to NC State. It might take a while to get to the, minus 3.5, but they'll fucking take it. But they'll take them down. Take Duke. It's that simple. The good old Blue Devils, What are you going to do? All right. Lock of the week. Air Force versus Wyoming. All right. You take Air Force right now. Because Air Force, honestly, is playing too good to fucking fade them. Sure, Wyoming had a great week against Fresno State. But you know what? They went up from 24-7, and they were lucky to hang on that game. That win really wasn't that impressive. Fresno, at some point, could have, under different circumstances, could have obviously won that game. Look, overall, the Air Force ground game is humming right now. They're unbelievable to watch. They chew clock. They tire out defenses. And there's no reason to think that this isn't going to happen against Wyoming. The Air Force ground game, look, it might take a little while to freaking get going. But once it gets going in the second half, Wyoming's not going to know what hit them. Air Force is going to reel off some big plays in the second half, and they'll cover the minus 10.5 spread. It's that simple. The other thing, kind of just to mention here, I'm just going to chalk this up on my phone real quick because for a little time. There was some spreads that just, this didn't work out the way I wanted it to. What are you going to do? That's life. Yeah. Where is it? Ohio State versus Purdue. I realize the spread's minus 19, but I also want to get, Ohio State's on the road. The other thing I want to point out is that Ohio State's failed to cover a spread of negative 20, I think it was 24 points against Indiana on the road. So I don't know if there's any reason to believe that they're going to do that now. And also Michigan. Michigan is playing great right now, but to cover 33 points even at home against Indiana, you might be hanging on for dear life with that one. And it's kind of might be the same thing with Georgia. It's just a lot of high spreads. I wouldn't necessarily play these myself. Maybe I would parlay them down or tease them down. It's just one man's opinion. What are you going to do? I'm not saying they're bad teams, but, you got to do what you got to do. All right. I'm 1 minute behind, but that's okay. All right. MVP for the week. Obviously, it goes without fucking saying Tim Wakefield. Tim Wakefield was a great Red Sox. He was an even better person. He touched so many damn lives. It's not in Boston. He played great. We don't win the 2004 World Series without him. He took the beat. Took the beating in Game 3 when the Yankees were winning 19-8, and he pitched his ass off that whole series. And there's not, you cannot possibly underestimate what that man, means to Boston. He was a great player, fucking quintessential, essential Red Sox. He's a great, great person and whatnot. They ought to fucking tear down the sign of Jersey Street and put up Wakefield Way. I mean, if John Henry has, I doubt he's listening to this, but and this isn't an original idea. It's definitely not my own. But for God's sakes, that should have been done the day he died. God, I mean, not the day he died, but that should have been done a couple weeks after. Jersey Street's a joke. Put up Wakefield Way, and you'll never have to change the sign again. Street sign again. All right. Let's talk about NFL thoughts. Like the Chiefs and the Niners are playing out of their minds right now. I mean, the Chiefs. I mean, even with Taylor Swift mania, they don't seem to be too distracted with with the teams in front of them. And the Niners are just kicking ass, taking names, and just leaving people on the side of the road. Niners with McCaffrey and Debo Smith and Oyuk and just others. I mean, it's just insane to watch them. I think they rolled up 42 last week against Dallas. There's no fucking reason to, I mean, they're gonna be probably face each other in the Super Bowl this year. The Cowboys are frauds. I mean, they got drilled by the Niners. They're not that good. There's not much more you can say than that, honestly. And what's next? What is next for our beloved Patriots? I really don't know. I mean, this roster's trash. Mac Jones can't get it done. The roster sucks. We don't have any weapons. We have more injuries than the freaking South Shore Hospital emergency ward. I don't know. It's just, and shout out South Shore Hospital. They're a great hospital in Weymouth. It's good times. I don't know what the Pats do. The way this team is currently constructed, you can't make the Super Bowl. But unfortunately, you might not get the number one pick. I mean, I don't know if you just trade off your assets such as Drew Allen and others for draft picks or what, but I don't know. They can't. I mean, to make a decisive thing, I mean, I would honestly just go trade off see what you can get and call it a day, because this team currently can't win. All right, NFL picks in the lock of the week. All right, Arizona versus the LA Rams. All right, you take the Rams here for a lot of reasons. Arizona, I know they've been playing hard. They beat the Giants. They've been playing their asses off. Hey, look, I give them all the credit in the world. Not many two people thought that they would keep a lot of games as close as they have, and it's a testament to them. It's a testament to their character. But eventually, you can only get on. Heart runs out, especially when you keep losing. I mean, the Rams, look, they got Cooper Kupp back. They got that unbelievable receiver who's a rookie. I mean, he's playing his ass off. The Rams passing offense, look, they're going to overwhelm Arizona in the second half, and the Rams are going to cover the spread. That's just what's going to happen. I'm not saying Arizona's going to get fucking blown away, but when the push comes to shove, dude, Arizona's going to win it, and the Rams defense will take care of business when it has to. The people love it. All right. Lions versus the Bucks. Lions -3. Look, the Lions are rolling right now. We all know that. I mean, they have a great running. They have a great running game. They have a great passing game. They have good defense. The offensive line is literally paving new roads in Detroit they didn't even know existed. I don't see why you back off the Lions here. In Tampa, yeah. Look, they're going to hang around in the first half like a pesky fly. But eventually, the Lions are going to take over the game like they did against Carolina. Maybe it's not to that extent, but that's what they're going to do, and they're going to take the Lions. So I'm taking the Lions to cover. I hope this pays off for the people. All right, what's the lock of the week? All right, I already tweeted this out. So as you all know, or unless you've been living under a rock, it's I'm taking the Niners this week. I mean, it was 5.5 when I did my show notes, but now it's 7. Look, the Niners are going to roll. It's that simple. Deshaun Watson's not, he's not going to play this weekend. I mean, look, whether or not Deshaun Watson's injured or not, or supposedly he's not on his rehab schedule or whatever. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't even fucking matter. The Niners have too much talent. Their offense, look, Cleveland's defense is good, but they're not going to be able to hold up for 4 quarters. And they're probably. And to be honest, even if Deshaun does play, they're probably going to beat him anyway, because Cleveland's offense isn't that good, especially without Nick Chubb. and and their receivers like Cooper and whatnot, they're not going to be enough. And and look, and the Niners, honestly, they're playing too fucking good right now for not to be this game for my lock of the week. So when I have the show notes, it's -5.5, but I'll take -7 because I'm not confident. I play it up to 7 because, to be honest with you, I'm not confident right now that the Niners are going to win this game and they're going to make money for the people. All right, really quick, go over my fantasy football teams. I'm 2-3 in one league, where I work, and I'm 3-2 in another league in the league that I work, and I'm 3-2 in the what's it called league, the Turpentine League. So my fantasy football team's doing well. I'm very happy with that. I don't understand. I mean, hopefully they they do a little better. So I can make some money. I just saw a picture of Justin at a Phillies game. It's quite disturbing. I mean, I love Mike Schmidt as much as anyone, but I don't know. It's interesting. Go Phils. All right. Anyway, yeah, it kind of threw me off. Jesus. All right, yeah. Anyway, let's get back on track here. Jesus Christ. Who am I wonks of the week? The first wonk of the week is the New England Patriots. Look, I'm not sure what Bob Kraft was thinking heading into this year, thinking that this team was going to be competitive. I mean, it's an absolute fucking joke. Look, there was a big to do in New England about about a stupid lighthouse that was built in the end zone. Look, I don't give a shit about a lighthouse if the team is getting blown out 34-0, to the Saints. If the team isn't winning, I don't give a damn about no damn lighthouse. I mean, what boats are we protecting in Foxborough? I mean, the place is fucking landlocked. It's absolutely ridiculous. Secondly, why can't you tailgate after the game? That's fucking ridiculous. I mean, especially after the Patriots are playing so bad. I mean, Bob Kraft should make a mea culpa and allow the fans to tailgate an hour or 3 hours after the game. Hopefully they'll show up, The New England Patriots need to wake up. They need to play better football. And the performance on the field is truly wonk of the week material. And I'm fucking outraged. I mean, if you want to make money, maybe bet against the Patriots. I don't know. I mean, maybe not this week because they're playing the Raiders, and the Raiders just had a huge win. So you know what that means. They're just gonna, usually when the Raiders have a huge win and everyone thinks they're back, they just like stumble into a ditch. So what are you gonna do? All right, Boston College. The game that they played against Army was awful. It should have never been that close. And to be honest, I think this program's headed in the wrong direction. They need to play better football, stop taking stupid penalties, and not play wonk football. It's just really, look, it's a fucking outrage. I can't believe it, and I'm upset. I just don't understand. What is going on here. There's also one more wonk of the week. And maybe this guy probably is fucking moron of the month. Just reading about, I guess it's a video online circulating of a naked man at a J.C. Penney store. I guess he was trying to, excuse me, was trying to, cause the chaotic scene. I'm not really sure what he was doing, but basically, he was just wearing nothing but socks, and he was in the kids department, kids section, which is not good. And then they had to chase this poor guy. At some point, this naked man, fucking tried to grab some pants and attempted to put them on, but it's not good. Basically, just got, from what I can see here, he got his head beat in, and it's really not good. And he was arrested for, misdemeanor assault. So basically, the lesson here is, folks, is don't wear clothes and go to J.C. Penney. Really, I mean, this is moron of the month material, and it's a new award. This guy is the official first winner, along with Kurt Schilling, a moron of the month. I'm Robbie V, folks. That's all I got. So I will say this: just be careful out there. And this is Robbie V signing off. Thank you, and have a good evening.